There are many sporting rivalries that can boast years of history, ferocious tensions and iconic tussles that ignite the fans to their very core. But when it comes to the battle of the mind games and the verbal exchanges in the heat of battles down the decades, the Ashes stands alone. So here are some of the most memorable Ashes housery moments. Few figures in Ashes history were despised by the opposition more than Douglas Jardine. He was the granite-jawed architect of the notorious 1932 Bodyline series, which sent shockwaves through the sport that still reverberate nearly a century later. One day, the hurricane met the tornado as Jardine met Yabba. As the name suggests, Yabba, real name Stephen Harold Gascoigne, was a heckler who became so famous that a statue was made of him. When Jardine was on the boundary swatting away some flies, Yabba yelled the immortal line, "Jardine, leave our flies alone. They're the only friends you've got here." Like Jardine before him, Stuart Broad is another figure who had a particular gift for riling the Aussie public, mainly due to his jaw-dropping survival at Trent Bridge in 2013, when he very visibly nicked off to slip and refused to walk. Broad is somewhat the modern housery king. He officially became a sorcerer in 2023 when his random bail swaps twice bought a wicket with the next ball at the Oval. 3 tests earlier, after that Carey Bairstow run-out, Broad made sure he was right in the thick of the pantomime. Wicketkeeper Ian Healy issued one of the great lines towards Nasser Hussain. When Steve Waugh told Ricky Ponting to field right under Hussain's nose, Healy remarked, "That could be anywhere within a 3-mile radius." Poor Nass. But perhaps the most poetic of sledges came from bowler of lightning bolts Dennis Lillee about the Yorkshireman of Yorkshiremen, Geoffrey Boycott, about whom Lillee wrote this: "He's the only fellow I've met who fell in love with himself at a young age and has remained faithful ever since." Priceless.
Good morning. How are you doing this Tuesday morning? Katie Shanahan in the chair. This is Early Sports Breakfast. Good to have your company. It is the 27th of January. How are you doing today? We're nearly at the end of January. So for all of you people doing dry January, you're nearly there. You're nearly there. And we're nearly out of the most depressing month of the year following Christmas. But of course, we are building up to talkSPORT Breakfast at 6 a.m. with Jess Stelling and Ali McCoist on the show today. Nick, what's coming up over the next hour on Early Sports Breakfast?
Morning, Katie. We'll start at Hill Dickinson, where Everton fans are a bit unhappy after that draw with Leeds. We've got the fallout from Philippe Clement's Norwich beating Frank Lampard's Coventry, tight at the top of the Championship. We'll hear from Liam Dawson ahead of England versus Sri Lanka, live on talkSPORT 2 today. And we're asking, who are your World Cup non-negotiables, right? England, Wales, Scotland. Wales not there yet, but we'll take the Welsh callers. Get involved on the usual number 03717 22 33 44 or WhatsApp text 81089.
Okay, let's get into it. So how are you this morning? You okay?
Not bad. I was just having a nice chat with breakfast producer extraordinaire who was telling me about Tierno Berry's, this is Ollie Thornton, telling me about Tierno Berry's celebration. Apparently it's the Sexy Dexy.
Oh, right.
Some
okay.
NFL player used to do it. It's a bit of a dance where you put your arms behind your back. Just wondering what your favourite goal celebrations are. I quite like the Nicholas Anelka flying bird.
Yes, that's quite good.
I think that's just because I love Nicholas Anelka.
I just love the acrobatics when they decide to do a backflip.
Nanny?
Yes.
Used to get in trouble for that.
Yes.
Alan Shearer, one arm.
One arm, straight up. Yeah. Gyökeres, he's trying to do his...
Gareth Bale
with a heart.
The Gyökeres, the Bane thing.
The Bane.
I think it's very millennial, that one, isn't it?
Very millennial. But no, when they do a backflip, I go, okay, you've scored a worldie and you've scored a backflip. I don't think you get much better than that. So...
Can you do a backflip?
No. Maybe into a pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
I could do a front flip.
Yeah.
But the back flip, not so good.
Yeah, difficult.
And I'm worried I'm going to bang my head.
A bit dangerous.
Very dangerous. So let's start the show with our feature that a lot of you have been getting involved in. Top 5 at 5.
Hit it, John.
So this is our part of the show. We kick things off at just actually bang on 5:05, and as we do a little quiz, don't we, Nick? And we want you to get involved. Text 81089. But Nick, the quizmaster, what is our top 5 at 5 today?
Well, the top 5 is it's a more recent 5 today in honour of Harry Kane extending his contract potentially at Bayern Munich, absolutely banging them in a World Cup year. Just saying. I want to know who are the last 5 players to wear the England number 9 shirt, men's senior football.
Recent. Okay, so Harry Kane.
Yeah. Don't know if you've got any tense music in there, John, anyway.
Got any tense music?
Harry Kane, that's one.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Where if Harry Kane's not playing, if he's injured, would Ollie Watkins have ever worn the number 9?
Ollie Watkins, he's in there, the second most recent. Yeah, that's right. So you got 3 more to get.
About Ivan Toney, but I don't think he wore the number 9.
Toney didn't wear the number 9.
No.
He's not worn the 9.
Any clues? Very recent.
They're all in these 5 are all in the last 5 years. You'll know them all. I would say one of them is
Danny Welbeck?
quite surprising. Danny Welbeck.
Back in the last couple of years?
He's not on my list. I don't think he's worn the number 9 shirt.
The last couple of years.
Oh, well, here we go.
Here we
So,
go.
John, crank that up.
How far are we going back?
We're going back, like I said, 6 years.
Oh, okay. So we've got Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins. Is Ollie Watkins number 2 on the list?
Yeah, one's in the Premier League, one's in the Championship, and another one is coming back to the Premier League.
Ooh, coming back to the Premier League.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to put this out to the people texting in. Because I've got 2 of them, and we like to make sure other people get them in.
We've got some very knowledgeable listeners out there.
We really do. Top 5 at 5. Just remind people of the text topic today.
Yeah, it's the last 5 players to wear the England men's senior number 9 shirt. You got Harry Kane and Ollie Watkins. We need 3 more.
3 more. Okay, text me 81089 if you know the answer, and we will keep drip feeding those through. Nick, thank you ever so much.
Cheers.
For now. Let's get into the action from last night. Everton 1, Leeds 1, so it ended up in a draw last night between these two. Tiano Barry's hot streak continues. 4 goals in his last 6 now, but the Everton fans are frustrated with a mixed start at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And here's how the draw sounded on talkSPORT.
Everton desperate to translate home advantage into consistency. Leeds hoping to end their away day curse. He's going to run inside the box and come back to James Justin, and he fires it in past Pickford. And Leeds United lead. Complete mishap at the back from the Everton defence. Low ball into the near post. Calvert-Lewin hits the post.
Wow, I mean, he should really score, shouldn't he?
Low ball into the near post, and Barry is there, stealing a march on his central defender to poke home. And Tiano Barry, who's found form in recent weeks, comes to Everton's rescue again.
What a strange game football is, isn't it?
Now to the edge of the area. Garner Gay hits the crossbar from the edge of the box with a thumping effort.
It's quite incredible, isn't it?
5 games without a win for Everton at the Hill Dickinson, but they move level with Sunderland in terms of points. For Leeds, it's now just 1 defeat in 11 matches in all competitions. Full time at the Hill Dickinson. Everton 1, Leeds United 1.
Yeah, so it was a good game last night. Everton 1, Leeds 1. James Justin putting Leeds ahead as they dominated the first half, really. Dominic Calvert-Lewin obviously wanted to go back to his former club and getting the win, but not this time. But he did hit the post from 5 yards out. Probably the shock on his face. Probably thought he would have scored. Everton fans hammered the team, though, at half-time. And you've got to remember they're missing Jack Grealish out with a broken foot. He's out for 3 months. And you saw the likes of James Garner, who I've spoke to over Christmas. He's filling in that void since Jack Grealish has left. And James Garner really keen to try and impress and fill the void that has been left. David Moyes brought on Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. That was good to see, wasn't it? Because he's been out from injury for a while now. And then Tiano Barry with the equaliser as he scores his 4th goal in 6. 4th goal in 5 Premier League games, 4th in 6 in all competitions. And we asked David Moyes about Barry's uptick in form.
I think it's him getting more settled and used to the whole situation. A young boy from France coming in and settling in the Premier League and having to score goals as a striker, I don't think it's an easy job. It's not. We've seen there's been big monies paid for some strikers and they're finding it difficult in the Premier League. It's not an easy league to score in. So Tierno's at it. He's doing much better in training. Just looks better, feels better, and I think that's just coming from a sort of settling in period as well.
Well, as for Leeds, they continue to improve under Daniel Farke. The draw leaves Everton 10th, which they'll be happy with in terms of, they just want to stay up this season because it's been a rocky few years. Everton at Hill Dickinson Stadium, though, is a bit more of a concern. They've won 4, drawn 4, lost 4. And Steve Bruce can see why Everton fans are unsettled in their new stadium.
You can understand their frustration. They've moved into a wonderful stadium, but as I said, I think if you ask all 50,000 of them, would you think you're going to be in this situation that you find yourselves in now, 2-3 points behind Liverpool after 23 games? I don't think many of them would have agreed with that, So yes, they moved into a wonderful stadium, and how great it is as a stadium. They now have to give them something to shout about, of course, and it doesn't help that their best performances have been away from home. I.e. the win they got against Aston Villa last weekend was a terrific performance with the amount of people that they had missing, a very, very young team. And they've come today in the first half in particular, found it a bit of a struggle. But teams are going to come and defend deep here. And when you're losing people like Grealish, who can do that little bit of extra in the final third, then it's always going to be a frustration.
Yeah, so Steve Bruce speaking there. As for Leeds, they move up to 16, 6 points from the relegation places. And we asked Daniel Farke if he's surprised they aren't further away from danger.
No, because you can't expect each of the game days just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. If it would be like this, then we would win the title. So it's of course we can't influence other results anyhow. And for us, it's more like we are focused on our games and what we can influence, and to show such a performance, and also to earn such a hard-fought point here at Everton is definitely a good result for us. And for that, I'm not 1% disappointed that the gap is a bit less than it was before the game day, because other games are not important. Our games are important. Yes, a bit disappointed that we didn't win all 3 because it was possible, but overall we're on a good path.
Well, you can listen to talkSPORT's Premier League coverage. That continues this Saturday night with Liverpool against Newcastle. Daniel Farke and Leeds, can they stay up? I feel as though they've hit a good run of form at the moment, and also pulled off good results recently. You think about that 3-3 against Liverpool, beating Chelsea as well. So Leeds turning around their form. A team who aren't turning around their form is Coventry. Their lead at the top of the Championship cut to now just 3 points, bearing in mind that we're so far clear under Frank Lampard. Now they're just showing signs of a wobble, and it carried on last night. Norwich beating Coventry 2-1 in the Championship, and Ali Ahmed's dream start to life at Norwich continues as the leaders Coventry see their lead cut again.
Picked off by Makama, now Slimani down centre field, just outside the box, lays it off to Diallo, squared in, here comes Ahmed! Ali Ahmed scores again, as he did against West Brom in what was his second appearance. He has turned the game around now. A mistake by Liam Kitching means that it's Norwich 2, Coventry 1.
Yeah, it's a great game, this, and a great start to life for the Canadian international Ali Ahmed, who gets the assist for Anis Ben Slimani and then scores the winner as well. So a perfect night for him. As for Norwich, they came back to win 2-1 to beat Coventry. Romain Esse did put Coventry ahead. Brandon Thomas Asante also nearly got sent off, really. Elbow to the face of Maatsen, and lucky to stay on. As for Norwich, they climbed 4 points from relegation as they're in their fight for survival. As for Coventry, I mean, their lead's cut down to 3 points. Middlesbrough in second now. And Coventry have not won away, get this, since November the 25th. So their away form really just harming them at the moment. I remember speaking to Frank Lampard after their 3-0 defeat to Ipswich, and Frank was just saying, Ipswich were the better team, and he didn't seem too concerned about it, but I'm sure I'll speak to him soon. And if they keep dropping points, then they might, they've been so strong this season. I just feel as though they can't bottle it right at the end, because they have been the best team in the Championship so far this season, but they need to make sure they can carry on until the latter stages. Well, talkSPORT's former Norwich striker Dean Ashton says that Coventry can't afford to take their foot off the pedal.
I think it's just been a damaging run just in terms of that away form. As Mike just talked about now, 6 without a win, and that will be a worry for Frank Lampard. I'm sure it will do. They are, of course, have brought in some reinforcements. They need time a little bit to bed in. But you're right, those players that have been so good so far, you can't just take your foot off. You've got to keep it to the floor in this league if you want to pull yourself away from the teams that are chasing.
Yeah, you feel as though Coventry really do need to continue in terms of just making sure they can not drop any more points in the Championship if they want to see themselves get to the promised land of the Premier League. Well, talkSPORT's Championship coverage continues on Friday night with Bristol City up against Derby County. That is live on talkSPORT 2. As for Saturday, you've got on talkSPORT 2 Leicester. In the chat, you've got Leicester facing Charlton on talkSPORT 2. QPR up against Coventry. That's their next away game for Coventry. So they will really want to bounce back from that. That's also on talkSPORT 2. Right. Let's delve into the answers for our top 5 at 5. Thank you so much for all of the people texting in this morning. A number of you have got this right, which is great. My brain was not really working this morning because who I've seen the answer, I'm like, oh, that is such an own goal. I should have got these. So we're asking today, in terms of the top 5 at 5, England's number 9s, the 5 most recent players to wear the shirt. And here are the answers. Harry Kane at number 1 and number 2 at Ollie Watkins. And well done to the people that got Tammy Abraham in at number 3 in the 2022-23 season. That's when he wore the England number 9. Well done to Sean, Matt the Trucker, Brett, Dave and Sutton and John. You all got that correct. Really well done. This one I kind of completely forgot about. I am very sorry. To Patrick Bamford, who wore the England number 9 in the 2021 season. Rich, the Leeds fan, well done. And also to Conrad. And finally, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course. He wore it in the 2021 season. Danny and Uxbridge, Daz and Roders, well done. You got that correct. So that is our top 5 at 5. England's number 9s, 5 most recent players to wear the shirt. Be interesting to see who goes to the World Cup for England. And that's kind of our text topic today, actually. We're asking you this morning, who are your World Cup non-negotiables? We're talking about England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Who do you think has to be on the plane? For example, Andy Goldstein says Harry Maguire should go to the World Cup. Do you agree? England, Scotland fans, who are your players that you want on the plane? Because we want to keep it positive. What about Harvey Barnes for Scotland? Does he have to be on the plane? Also, other players, let me know about England. What was it? Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank said that Luke Shaw needs to be going to the World Cup. Do you agree with that? Who are your non-negotiables to go to the World Cup? Right, it's 5:18. Katie Shanahan here on Early Sports Breakfast. Up next, we're going to be getting into the back pages. Good morning. A very good morning. Katie Shanahan here with Early Sports Breakfast. Thanks for your company this morning and for getting involved in our top 5 at 5. If you like it, let me know on the text. I read all of your texts coming through this morning. Very good morning to Craig in Windsor, my most loyal listener. Thank you so much, Craig. Goes, morning, Katie. Almost finished the night shift. Looking forward to another great show. I'm over the Arsenal defeat. I'm not, Craig. I still don't want to talk about it. The fallout is ridiculous, as we are still 4 points clear. But Leeds away now. It's a must-win. It is a must-win for Arsenal, but I think all of them are, if I'm honest. We are building up to talkSPORT Breakfast at 6 a.m, where this morning you've got Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist in the chair from 6 a.m. Looking forward to seeing both of those. Right, a few more things you need to know this morning. Here are some of your headlines. Arina Sabalenka's through to her 14th Grand Slam semi at the Australian Open. Sabalenka beat young American Iva Jovic in straight sets, and we'll get a full roundup with Toby Gillis, who's coming in the studio after 5:30. Cricket, and England's Nat Sciver-Brunt hit the first century in the Women's Premier League history as she helped Mumbai Indians earn a 15-run win over Royal Challengers Bengaluru. And the 3-match ODI series between England and Sri Lanka has come down to a decider today. It's a warm-up for next month's T20 World Cup. And England's Liam Dawson says he's relishing every moment of playing for his country.
Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, very proud to sort of get to where I am now. Because I said to you before, I didn't really expect to play for England again, but just trying to enjoy it, to be honest. I know that, it can end very quickly. So just trying to enjoy each game I get to play for England and do my best, try and put performances in and give 100%. And yeah, hopefully we'll see where it takes me.
What's the feeling for that recall? Because a lot of people want to get back into the England side, but you didn't really think about it, so it's not really like a second chance. So what are you feeling being back around the setup?
Yeah, as I said, to made it clear to a lot of people that I never really thought about playing for England again, which was a healthy place to be, I think, at the age I was at. But obviously to be back involved, it's been brilliant. I've loved it, and as I said, I've got to try and each time I get to play, try and enjoy it, and that's all I can do at the age I'm at.
OK, for more on all the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com. And, of course, you can watch us on your smart TVs as well. It's Samsung, LG, Fire TV, Apple, Chromecast, Android, Google TV and Prime Video. And TalkSport is there, so you can come and say hello. Right, we've been asking you this morning, who are your non-negotiables for the World Cup? Andy Goldstein believes that Harry Maguire should get a England call-up. He was fantastic in Man United's win at Arsenal and has played pretty well for England over the years. And here's Goldstein thinking that Maguire should be on the plane. Do you agree with him?
I'm not Harry Maguire's biggest fan. I thought he was fantastic yesterday. He was great against City as well. Yeah. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. And we're not
blessed in that area
for England, and if he carries on like that, he has to go to the World Cup.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, you're talking about, my first two right now currently would be Konza and Mark Gahey, because I think they've both been outstanding.
Right.
But John Stones, of course, will come into the equation, and you start looking around and you're going, well, who else is there? And you're right, he's been to World Cups before. If he plays from now to the end of the season and plays well, like he's at the minute,
he has to go.
I don't see why he wouldn't go.
OK, thanks so much for a lot of your texts in on this. I'm not sure if Harry Maguire goes for me, if I'm honest. I think I really like... what with my non-negotiables, I was thinking these players, because you've got in at centre-back, you've got the likes of Dan Burn, Ezri Konsa, John Stones and Mark Gahey. I mean, they all go ahead of Harry Maguire for me, and I still get a little bit nervous when Harry Maguire's on the ball at centre-back, because he has got a big mistake in him, and I don't want to see that at the World Cup. So for me, Harry Maguire doesn't go. I think he's been good for England over the years, but I think Dan Burn, Ezri Konsa, John Stones and Mark Gahey in particular would do a better job. Just remember, by the way, talkSPORT's How to Win the World Cup podcast with comedians Matt Ford and Alex Brookett is available for you on the talkSPORT app and wherever you get your podcasts. Interesting text here. Good morning to Matt King, who's messaged in. This is really interesting. You've got my England non-negotiables. I agree with you on a lot of these, actually. Pickford, James, Mark Gahey, Ezri Konsa, Declan Rice, Harry Kane and Morgan Rogers. Everyone else, he says, has these next few months to prove their worth on and off the pitch. Now, I've noticed, that's from Matt in Kent. Matt, I've noticed that you haven't put in Jude Bellingham in there. There's no Phil Foden and a number of other players, which is interesting. No Marcus Rashford, Anthony Gordon, Bukayo Saka. Where's Saka in there? Surely Saka's got to be in there, but maybe that's with my Arsenal hat on. And also this other text here from Jammer. Morning, Katie. Great show. Thank you very much, Jammer. I think because the lack of left backs, I think you've got to take Luke Shaw and Maguire if he carries on playing like he is. Stones is never fit. Scotland, I take Harvey Barnes. Obviously, that's being rumoured that he could play for Scotland at the World Cup. Why not? He's free and can play and in great form. If Scotland wants to get far, you've got to take your best players. Good point. And Wales, Harry Wilson, defo. That's from Jam in Dudley. So lots of really interesting texts coming in this morning at 10:89. Keep those coming in. Who are your World Cup non-negotiables for England, Scotland and Wales, if they, of course, get there. But for now, it's a very good morning back to Nick Ellaby for the back pages. Where would you like to start?
Good morning. I'll tell you, I'm excited about potential Harry Wilson World Cup. If Wales get there, come on, Wales.
Harry Wilson is so good. I've seen him live a lot this season.
On fire.
And he is on fire, assists and goals.
Big question, will Cole Palmer make the World Cup squad at the moment? Potentially not even on the plane. He scored England's goal in the final of the Euros 2024. Story on the back of the Sun, cold Trafford. Cole Palmer open to a sensational transfer to Man United. At talkSPORT, we understand this might be maybe a load of rubbish, but watch this space on that one. Meanwhile, Man United looking to break the bank to keep Bruno Fernandes. They're potentially having to pay 400 grand to convince him to stay. Saudi Pro League sniffing around Bruno Fernandes. That's on the back of the Mirror Sport as well. Back of the Daily Express, we're still top guns. Arteta's dressing room rallying cry as Arteta, Arsenal have a bit of a wobble, but he's telling his players they can do it. And then interesting story, this on the back of the Daily Mail. The family of Gordon McQueen questioned why the FA fought them during an inquest into the former Scotland international's death, which has found repeating heading of the ball was a contributory factor. Now, his daughter is Hayley McQueen, a Sky Sports TV presenter. She was there as well at the hearing, and the hearing heard that it's likely repetitive head impact sustained by hitting the ball while playing football contributed to the CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. You've got a bit of experience with head trauma. Do you think heading is something we should be looking at in football?
I remember doing this as a report when I was a journalist. Well, I was a journalist, amateur. When I basically did it for a report many, many years ago, looking into should heading be banned for under-11s.
Right.
I had this conversation with Ryan Mason, who ended his career after getting a fractured skull from going up for a header with Gary Cahill, and then it ended his career. And then I went and spoke to him a year after it happened, kind of to see how he was getting on. Obviously moved into coaching and now in the coaching space, but this was when he was at Spurs. And because I had a head injury, I basically ended my hockey career by having a big head injury. A girl smashed the ball at my head, and I basically had to have plastic surgery around my head and spinal reconstruction because a hockey ball is harder than a cricket ball. And it basically moved all my facial bones out of place, and never picked up a hockey stick ever again after playing for England. So
fancy doing a Petr Cech with some sort of
headgear. But me and Ryan were basically talking about how damaging it is for young children, for under-11s. In America, for example, at this time, this was like maybe 6 years ago, heading had been banned for under-11s. So I was saying to Ryan, do under-11s need to be heading the ball? No, because that's when they're developing at such a young age. And since then, the FA have brought in a rule in this country to stop under-11s heading the ball. But we come back to this point with Hayley McQueen and her late father. The balls were, because they were leather, they soaked up a lot of water. So they were
heavy.
But they're also saying, I was reading a report yesterday, that even though the ball's lighter, it's now travelling at a faster rate. So you've got speed against weight. So even though it's lighter, it still is quite damaging. So I think there's more research that needs to be done into this. But I think it's an interesting topic.
Yeah, right. Well, good on Hayley for for coming out and talking about it, and fingers crossed we can do something to help all this.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. That was a review of the morning's back pages with Nick Ellaby this morning. Katie Shanahan here in the chair until 6 o'clock. You're listening to Early Sports Breakfast. Up next, we're going to have some fun with the front pages and get a full Australian Open tennis roundup.
Who doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other? 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by €262 million. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
A very good morning. This is Katie Shanahan here with Early Sports Breakfast. Thanks for all your texts coming in this morning on who are your non-negotiables for the World Cup. England, Scotland and Wales. Keep those coming in. We are building up to talkSPORT Breakfast with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoy. They will be here in 25 minutes' time. So you've got me until 6 a.m. Some of the headlines you're waking up to this Monday morning. Bayern Munich sporting director is talking to Harry Kane about extending his contract. Kane has now scored 119 goals in 126 games for Bayern Munich. I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? Especially in a World Cup year. I'm very happy to hear that. Scotland have included uncapped Afghan refugee Zainullah Izan in their squad for the upcoming T20 Cricket World Cup. He came to the UK as an unaccompanied asylum seeker. Scotland are replacing Bangladesh, who withdrew because of political tensions with host India. And rugby union, Wales boss Steve Tandy has praised the professionalism and commitment of his players ahead of the Six Nations. There's uncertainty in the Welsh club game, and the WRU are planning to cut the number of teams from 4 to 3 as Cardiff remain in administration. For more on the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com.
The way the players have handled it and then coming in to represent the country is amazing, and I think that helped the whole of Wales, and you see what the crowd bring when it does. They represent this other principality is amazing, but the players, fair play, they've been incredible through this.
OK, of course, we would love to now look into the Australian Open, because I'm very happy to say Toby Gillis is here. How are you? Wearing a lovely... OK, you're wearing a lovely bright orange colour. Young Americans this morning we're playing by David Bowie. How are you? 2 Americans involved today, Iva Jovic and Lerner Tien. Are they the future Grand Slam winners, do we think?
I think Iva Jovic could be. 18 years of age. Look, she was beaten. She was humbled, really, by Arina Sabalenka in the quarterfinals earlier on today. 6-3, 6-love doesn't really tell the full story, but this is an 18-year-old who has got the world at her feet, ultra professional. One of the things I think tennis players really have to learn over their careers, and probably the younger ones don't do it so well because it takes time to get it right. It's their footwork. Hers is exemplary. At the age of 18, she's absolutely magnificent, getting around the court, always in the right position to hit the right shot. She was just beaten by the world number one today. The first set, 6-3, she was broken very, very early on in that set. In fact, her first service game. And then Sabalenka was battled all the way through to hold serve and to remain ahead. The second set, once she'd gone behind, it was a very, very difficult task to come back. And 6-love, tough on her, but that's a really, really big lesson for her in the future. Novak Djokovic is a huge fan. She's got, despite being from California, she's got Serb background, so obvious link there. He says that she's a certain future number one and future champion. So I think there's a very good chance there. Lerner Tien is currently 2-1 down against Alexander Zverev in his first ever Grand Slam quarterfinal. He's 20, a couple of years older than Jovic. Took a little bit longer for him to make the breakthrough, as it often does for the men. You hear of sort of teenage women reaching the top a lot more frequently than you do for the men. But he is the youngest and indeed the youngest quarterfinalist at a Grand Slam since Andy Roddick in 2003 of American men. And indeed, Roddick was the last male American to win a Grand Slam. So Tien will be hopeful that he can do that. He absolutely hammered Daniil Medvedev in the fourth round, including Medvedev's first ever bagel defeat of a set, 6-love in the second set of that one.
Just on Zverev, do you think he's the greatest player to never win a major?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly reached more major finals without ever having won one than anyone else. He's reached 3, taken to 5 sets in his first one against Dominic Thiem. That'll be the painful one, when he was 2 sets up in the US Open against a fellow sort of newbie to Grand Slam finals, and he ended up losing to the Austrian. I think Zverev is a better player than Dominic Thiem ever was. Thiem ended up having an awful lot of problems with injury. But I mean, look, the good thing for Zverev is you look at, say, Andy Murray, who lost 5 majors before he finally won his first. So Zverev could still get there. The problem is, I'm not sure Zverev necessarily will have the ability to beat Alcaraz and Sinner over a Grand Slam. That's not been done by anyone for the last 2 years. They've shared the last 8 between them, those two. So I think yes is the very simple answer. He's talked all about issues with drive and intensity himself over recent years to try and get over the line. If you're going to get over the line, you need drive and intensity in an era of Sinner and Alcaraz. So yes, simple answer. Can he do it? Yes. Has he got the talent? Yes. Has he got what he needs in between his ears? Not so sure.
Just quickly, can Alex de Minaur upset Carlos Alcaraz later?
Yes. He's playing probably the best tennis he's ever played. But Alcaraz has never reached the semi-final in Australia. Alcaraz has also never lost to de Minaur in five meetings previously. I think it would take Alcaraz dropping slightly his level because he's been outstanding so far. This is definitely the best he's ever played in Melbourne, but it's also de Minaur's best ever. He's never reached a semi-final of any Grand Slam. So something's got to give today. De Minaur with the home fans behind him, possible 6th seed. He's been absolutely brilliant. I think Alcaraz is probably another level still at the moment, though.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Finally, boys. Thank you so much, Toby. Thank you so much.
The Australian Open update on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Every set exclusively live on TNT Sports. Subscription required. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay. Thanks so much for getting in touch this morning. Lots of texts about... here we go. I love this. I think this is Brian. You also messaged me the other day. Good morning, Katie. Brian, Lee and Mark, all listening in again to a great show from a sunny Saudi Arabia as we start work. Good morning, guys. Actually, you'll be ahead, so it'll be like afternoon. I hope you have a great day at work, and thank you for texting into the show. Right, now it is time for this.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move.
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast.
talkSPORT.
Okay, Nick, you are back to look at the lighter side of today's front pages.
Yeah, it's always sunny in Saudi Arabia. Is that Mark?
Yes, so it's Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't mind a bit of sun. I could really do with some
Pro League fan. Okay, this is good, right? Kelsey Graham has been accused of abandoning his Brit seaside home and leaving it in disrepair. This is, the Frasier and Frasier actor, 70. You've always got to give the ages, haven't they? Has been given permission to demolish the £1 million, 200-year-old cottage in Portishead, Somerset, despite complaints from locals. One nearby resident says it's a lovely home, but it looks like it's gone to rack and ruin.
Oh dear.
Who does the DIY in your house?
Oh, Tom, you know what? I'm awful when it comes to IKEA furniture.
What, as just putting it together?
Yeah,
following instructions?
Oh, I'm so bad at following instructions. Very good with like recipes, but for some reason with instructions I get bored. I remember doing this lovely cupboard only to realise that all the drawers were in the wrong way round. And I was like, oh no.
Did you just get bored with it, or what's?
Yeah, I think I just get bored.
Yeah,
and then I think I know better than the instructions, so then I just, oh no, it's that.
Checks out.
And check out, and then obviously have to do it all over again. And I've never learned my lesson.
John Bishop is on tour in the US. He's revealed American audience members thought he was Ukrainian because of his Scouse accent.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I've seen John Bishop live. I've seen that set.
There's a new film coming out about him, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
Scouse comedian, 59, was performing in New York. Fans stopped him as he was leaving and said, fans stopped me, just grabbed me by the arm and said, hey, buddy, tell you guys Zelensky we've got his back.
You tell your guys.
What's your favourite UK accent?
Oh, that's a great question.
For me, it's Geordie. It's funny on guys, and I find it quite sexy on women as well.
Oh, you find it quite sexy, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I like it.
Okay.
What about you then?
Oh, well, can we go UK? Because I love the Welsh accent and also the Irish accent.
I did say UK. Irish is the best, isn't it? That's why I said UK. Irish is the best, hands down.
Yeah. The Shanahans are from Cork, so I quite.
Oh, lovely. So where in Wales? What part of Wales?
I don't. Oh.
Putting you on the spot there.
Oh, I know. I don't know. I like a soft Welsh accent.
The Valleys.
Yeah.
All right.
Soft one. Also, particularly on women as well.
If anyone's listening in Wales, can you send us a voice note?
Yes.
You mentioned recipes earlier. Nigella Lawson lost for words after being unveiled as the new Great British Bake Off judge yesterday. I want to know when you're bringing your chocolate mousses in.
When I'm going on Bake Off, my chocolate mousse, which they probably would be like, this is not good enough.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, oh, it's the best I've got. So, I mean, Nigella Lawson might spice things up, mightn't she?
I might tune in now.
And microwave.
Yeah, exactly. They don't use microwaves in Bake Off, do they?
No, but I'm sure they'd find a way of getting it in there, and then she might be saucy with some other desserts.
Big fan of Nigella. And Freddie Flintoff's son could become a cricket legend. His folks want to trademark his name. This is Rocky. Have you seen him bat? Rocky, 17-year-old Rocky Flintoff. Freddie and mum Rachel have applied to the IP office to trademark Rocky Flintoff and RF11. So they obviously think he's going to be a big deal. I mean, he's already the youngest England Lion to score 100 in Australia, beating his dad's best of 20 years and 28 days. Rocky was 16 and 291 days. It's eerie watching him bat. He looks exactly like Freddie Flintoff, especially when he plays the pull shot. So, interesting move to try and, like Cole Palmer, to trademark, a little bit of that sportsman's career.
Talking of famous dads watching their sons play football, did you hear that Wayne Rooney wore his pyjamas when he was watching Kai Rooney? And he only realised when he got home, and Colleen says, can I see the label on that? And then he realised he was actually in his pyjama bottoms all day. Have you ever done that?
That's pretty standard for... I've seen... Well, I have to say, in Liverpool, I saw a lot of people walking around in their pyjamas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like the full set? Maybe just the bottoms, I can kind of understand.
Rollers in, full PJs, coat on.
What, slippers?
It's a vibe, isn't it? Yeah, kind of like Uggs.
Uggs, yeah, you can kind of get away with that. But I have to wear something that makes me feel like I'm going to work, because then I feel more alive. Does that make sense? If I rolled in here in my pyjamas, I'd probably be dribbling my way through, which I do most shows anyway, until like 6 a.m.
Yeah, you need to have your business face on.
I need to have my business face on.
That. Well, you're looking great today.
Thank you so much. So do you.
I've got a hoodie on today. Just lobbing out.
Okay. We've actually just had a WhatsApp. I think we've just had
it. And we'll try and play.
Well, I don't know. Well, we need to check this before it goes out to national radio. Nick, I will let you go and check that. And if we we have got a lovely Welsh voice note. I hope so.
As long as there's no effing and jeffing in it.
Well, that's why you need to go and check that. Thanks so much, Nick. That was a look at the back pages. Front pages, rather, with Nick Ellaby this morning. Okay, right, this is Katie Shanahan here on Early Sports Breakfast. It is 5:47, and up next, we're going to be looking ahead to England's third ODI, and you could win a trip to, get this, South Africa. A very good morning. Katie Shanahan in the chair today for Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. I'm actually doing today, tomorrow and Thursday, so you've got me for the next 3 days. We are building up to breakfast at 6 a.m. with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist. They will be here in 10 minutes' time. They're probably just outside, and really looking forward to seeing both of them. Right now, it's competition time.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
Yes, England returns to South Africa next winter, and as always, the Barmy Army will be out there in full force, and this time you could be too. We're giving away a week for two at the 2027 New Year's Test in Cape Town. Every day of the match at one of the world's greatest cricket grounds, with flights, hotel and spending money all covered. It's your chance to secure 2 spots with the official Barmy Army, so you'll be right in the mix with the rest of the fans. Listen up, here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or you can call this number 0343 418 7260. Lines close on the 6th of February this year at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is Of course, a network promotion, full T's and C's apply at talksport.com. So for your chance to win this fabulous prize, text WIN to 83338 now.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
OK, coming up today on the rest of the station, we have some live cricket for you. England's ODI series with Sri Lanka has come down to a decider in Colombo. We caught up with spin bowling all-rounder Liam Dawson, who's told us he's not focused on a test recall just yet, but is loving bowling in tandem with leg spinner Adil Rashid.
Yeah, he's a genius, isn't he? I mean, to watch him, he's getting better with age, I think. He's been amazing for England for a number of years. So to bowl with him in partnership is always good. Obviously, I'm a lot more defensive of what he is, and he's obviously the more attacking spinner. So, he's been brilliant, and hopefully he can play for a few more years.
Does that give you just as much satisfaction building the pressure than taking the wickets?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean, as a finger spinner, you don't have the mystery that he has or wrist spinners have, so you've got to try and be a bit more consistent than what wrist spinners are. But yeah, I enjoy bowling with him, and hopefully we can have a good partnership going forward.
TalkSport's Scott Taylor with the questions there. You can listen to ball-by-ball coverage of Sri Lanka against England in the deciding third ODI today on TalkSport 2 and, of course, the TalkSport Cricket YouTube channel. That's from 8:30 this morning. As for tonight, lots of love in the EFL, which I like to see. There's a full programme of League One games tonight. Kicks off 7 o'clock with Adrian Durham. So you can listen to that on TalkSport this evening. And it's a 7:45 kickoff on TalkSport 2, an exclusive of Lincoln up against Bradford in League One in Danta. On commentary for that one. Right, lots of texts coming in this morning that have been making me laugh. Also, good morning to Jill. She goes, morning, Katie. Just want to say hi, love the show. Thank you very much. Jill, a very happy United fan. I'm not a very happy Arsenal fan after the weekend, but we move on. And we asked you this morning, we asked you for so many weird and wonderful things on this show, but we asked you for a Welsh accent. But instead, we got this from Scranchester.
You're all right. You said anyone in Wales to send a voice note, so I'm in Wales, so I'm sending a voice note. I'm not from Wales, though, I'm just here. United, it's Carrick, you know. I can't believe it's not Scholes.
Very, very good. Michael Carrick, though, will he get the job full time? I don't think so. He's doing very well, though, winning the derby and then beating my beloved Arsenal at the weekend. He's doing good things, so I'll give you that one. Thank you for the voice notes. You're in Wales, so I'll give you that, but we were looking for a Welsh accent, so how about this? This is also not a Welsh accent, but it's a lovely London accent from Chris.
Good morning, TalkSport. A London accent. Spoken nice, not rough, but a nice London accent. It's got to be the one, isn't it? Yaki da, top of the morning, see you, Jimmy. Well, there you go.
Oh, wow. What a voice. You need to be on TalkSport. Oh, Chris, that is an amazing voice. You need to be doing our trails. I feel as though also for like the cinemas coming up, those kind of, what do they say? They say coming up on this, what do they say? They say in a cinema near you, all that kind of stuff for Odeon and stuff like that. Chris, you have... Chris, you have an amazing voice. That gave me goosebumps. Thanks so much for all of your texts coming in this morning. A number one's here about, I just want to read this out from Chris because I think he makes a good point. Harry Maguire should be at the World Cup this after. We're asking you this morning who should be your non-negotiables going to the World Cup. So Harry Maguire has leadership experience. I'd have him in any squad. John Stones can't stay fit, and England have made mistakes so many times of taking half-fit players to tournaments. Phil Foden can't get into City's first team. Cole Palmer, no chance. Only names definitely on the sheet are Kane, Rice and Pickford. The rest need to have a great second half of the season, as Thomas Tuchel will not pick out sympathy, but solely on form and fitness. That's from Chris in Oxford. I think you make a really good point there. So let's see who will have a good second half to the season. Someone's saying here, tell me why Bukayo Saka should go to the World Cup, Katie. Bukayo Saka's been brilliant for England. I know he's going through a bit of a rocky spell for Arsenal in terms of not scoring, because he hasn't scored since the 3rd of December. So it has been a long time. Bukayo Saka, 14 goals and 48 appearances for England, and I still think he should definitely go to the World Cup because he's a brilliant player. He's just going through a bit of a bad spell. Okay, I can see Jeff Stelling outside warming up for TalkSport breakfast from 6 o'clock, so just time to let you know what's coming up on breakfast today. Former Middlesbrough and Scotland forward Tommy Conway will be on the show. Paul Whitehouse, Spurs fan and comedian, will also be coming up on breakfast. And Charlie Adam, former Liverpool midfielder, will be coming up on the show today. Thanks so much for all your texts and your voice notes as well, Chris. You need to get on talkSPORT and go into voiceovers. You have definitely a career, as that voice is amazing. Thanks so much for getting involved in the show, and for the boys that are working out in Saudi Arabia, have a great day. You've been listening to Early Sports Breakfast with me, Katie Shanahan, here on talkSPORT. I'll be back same time tomorrow and Thursday. You've got Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist are on the way next. Have a great day.